All right, what's good, everybody? Today's episode is brought to you by Get Upside, where you get paid to do something you're going to do anyway, and that's just fill up your gas tank. The process is very simple. Just download the app, open it up, find the cheapest gas near you, pump your gas, upload the receipt, and you'll get paid within 2 to 3 business days. Once you have the money in your account, you'll be able to cash out for Amazon gift cards, Lowe's gift cards, Nike gift cards, Target gift cards, Walmart gift cards, PayPal gift cards, and a host of restaurants. Oh, and did I mention the app is free? Yeah, free 99. Join using my link and you'll get an extra 15 cents per gallon cash back. The link is in the description box. Thanks for watching. Keep pounding.
What's up? This is Derek Brown of the Carolina Panthers. Shout out to Rashad and David of the Panther Nation podcast. The voice of the Panther Nation. Make sure y'all like them and subscribe. Keep pounding.
Yo, this is Panther legend Jonathan Stewart, and I just wanted to shout out to Rashad Beard and David Rhodes of Panther Nation podcast, the voice of the Panther Nation. Keep pounding.
You are now tuned into the Panther Nation podcast.
Delhomme fires to an open Smith. Steve Smith is going to go all the way. No flag down. Smith scores, and the Carolina Panthers win in overtime.
Seal, he's intercepted by Keekly. Keekly inside the 20, to the 10, and to the end zone for another Panthers.
Welcome to the Panther Nation podcast. And here are your hosts, Rashad Beard and David Rhodes.
All right, what's good, everybody? What's popping? Dave, can we get a mic check real quick?
What's going on, Panther Nation? What's going on?
All right, mic check, everybody. 1 2 1 2. Making sure y'all can hear us. Slight audio issue on our side that hopefully you guys aren't experiencing at the moment. But what's good? We have a unexpected Sunday show. Just because due to the fact that the Brandy and Monica battle is going on tomorrow, I want to watch it. And I'm sure Dave wants to watch it.
I absolutely want to watch it.
Yeah, so we decided to go ahead and go live on Sunday to not deprive Panther Nation of what they rightfully deserve. All right, so we gonna keep this thing moving. I deferred to my chat cats inside of our group meet to pick a day, and everybody picked Sunday. So we rolling with Sunday, and here we are. All right. So what's good, everybody? First of all, Dave, how is your weekend going so far?
It's cool, man. I almost got into 2 car accidents today, but other than that,
Hey, real talk. Dude. Hey, it sound kind of like my day, man. Hey, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Dog, like I was on my way. I was, taking advantage of tax-free weekend. It was a tax-free weekend up here, so I went to go, grab a couple things. I picked up a nice little camera.
Nice GoPro. Okay.
Now, this is not a GoPro.
It looks like a GoPro.
It's
a no-show. That's what
it's a DJI Osmo Action.
Oh,
it has
okay.
A camera.
DJI. Okay.
It got a camera on the front and the back.
Okay.
I mean, it's got a picture on the front and the back. Nah, I'm gonna test it out today. I'm gonna run a quick punch out session later today. See how it goes.
Nice.
But man, I was out and about, and the first guy made a right turn from the far left lane, didn't signal, didn't do nothing, almost ran into him. And then the next guy decided to just veer off on the curb and try to come back in like an idiot. I almost ran into him. I rarely have to slam on my brakes, but I had to today twice within like a matter of a minute.
It's crazy out here in these streets, man. So for me, I'm on call this weekend, right? So first thing this morning, around 8:30, I get a call. Come to find out, CenturyLink, which is our internet provider, goes black. So nothing works, right? So I'm freaking out this morning. So I had to work that. Nothing of our company's fault. It's just our internet provider hit the shit. So we had to get that resolved this morning. No big deal. Just a couple millions on the line. But yeah, man. Then my wife locked the keys in the car, so that was another another little adventure, but it's all good. We here, we surviving, so it's cool. We in here, man.
We out here with all these first world problems, yo. We so trash.
It's straight, man. We good. I don't sweat the small stuff. I'm alive, man. So it's all good. No big deal. No big deal.
Alive and Rona free, man.
Facts.
That's what I'm rolling with.
Facts. So yeah, Dave. We don't. I'm not gonna lie. We don't have a lot to talk about today, but we gonna rock with it. Rock with what we got. There's a few things that are happening in Panther world, and we'll try to get to them as best we can. So let's jump right into it. Let's jump into the content real quick before we dive into the particulars. We got to give a huge rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther. We gotta, and amongst other things, Jackie Robinson, all that stuff. Had no clue he was sick, and he passed away yesterday of colon cancer. So we got to give a big shout out and share our condolences with Chadwick's, his family, his wife, and all that stuff. Man, it's tough. It's tough. It's a wild. It's a wild year, bro.
He secretly married his wife too before he passed away.
Facts. No, you know what? I think you know what I respect the most about this situation. In the midst of the world we live in, with all this clout chasing and everybody wants some damn attention. This dude, under all these circumstances, this dude went out and filmed all these movies, did all this stuff, and kept his life private. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
and that's important, and that is so underrated, man.
Yo, it's so important, man. It's so important.
The fact that man had colon cancer for 4 years.
4 years, bro.
None of it leaked.
No, none of it leaked.
None of it. Yo, his circle.
Nobody knew.
Listen, here's the thing, right? Whoever was part of his circle should have a job tomorrow.
Facts.
Because for that circle to keep that quiet for that long period of time, it's freaking outstanding.
Yeah, it is. And you know what, man? It's again, it's very commendable. I was reading an article with Ryan Coogler, and he didn't even know. I mean, the dude that wrote and directed Black Panther, and they were close as all get out, and he didn't even know. So to man, it's just mad respect, man. Mad respect. And it sucks. It sucks. But I say, superheroes don't die, and that daggum Black Panther role was huge in our community. So man, it sucks, man.
But the thing is, he had a lot of powerful roles when you sit down and think about it. He was Jackie Robinson, he was James Brown.
A lot. He knew what he was doing, man.
Thurgood Marshall. He knew exactly what he was doing.
But man, it's with life comes death, so it happens. It's just a little bit of it's just unfortunate, a guy like him, but hey, it's I hate to get all religious and spiritual up here, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's cool, man. Again, with life comes death, and that's part of it. But his definitely his impact will be felt for sure, man. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah. It's tough.
HBCU alum too. Went to Howard. Graduated from Howard.
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah,
South
man.
Carolina product, man.
Yep. Yeah, man. 43 years old. 42, 43.
43 is wild, man.
Yeah. It's tough, man. Tough. So we had to do our thing and pay respect. We generally like to pay respects to those figures. So we just felt like we had to do that here. So I just wanted to shout out to Chadwick Boseman. It is what it is. All right, moving on. All right, Dave, Panthers training camp continues. A lot is going on with training camp. We still moving out here in these Panther streets, and we gotta talk about a few things, Dave. We gotta talk about a few things. First off is that live practice, Dave. Dude, you're in Rhode Island, so you probably didn't get a chance to see it. Oh, don't worry about it. You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything because you know what, Dave? I watched it and I didn't see anything just because the way the thing was produced. Usually our our social media team and production team, they do a real good job with these type of events. But I gotta tell you, man, this one was trash. Okay, this whole thing they put together was awful. Okay, and I gotta call it like I see it. This Panthers live practice, this thing we could have did without this. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like they were trying to be secretive with some of the stuff that was going on. And if you're gonna be secretive, and I get it, you're short on time, and you got to get a lot of things done, and you don't have time to do. I just felt like if you weren't gonna show the practice in its full capacity, or at least a stripped down version, like don't do it at all, right? We could have did without it. Don't give us a practice and then like shield everything from us. Like the angles, the camera angles, we couldn't see anything. Everything was so zoomed in. They would run a play. They would run 11 on 11 play. They would run 11 on 11 and then daggone zoom in on one player. Like they would zoom in on Jeremy Chin, and like just follow him around. Like, bro, we can't see anything. Like zoom out so we can see. Give us the full camera view. You got drones flying around. Give us the whole view so we can see. So honestly, we could have did without this practice. It was, and I don't know whether it was they were trying to, shield us from things and not show everything on the field, or it's just not well produced. But we didn't get to see much at all.
I'm leaning towards not well produced only because when you think about the fact that they've been doing the live practices on Twitter.
Those were more well produced than this, or better produced than this.
Yeah, so like when you consider that, I just think they might have had a bad day. But as John Fox would say, they picked a bad day to have a bad day.
Classic. That's classic shit. But nah, man, like they would do interviews on the field. Like, fam, you've been interviewing these players and posting it on Panthers.com forever. Like they're regurgitating the same things they've been saying. Like we don't need to see those again. Like it didn't make any sense to me. I would rather have them have Kurt Coleman, because Kurt Coleman was on commentary, have him sit down and break down practice, and he would do that, but we just could not see anything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It was a mess. I didn't like it. I didn't get to see anything. I will say it was the second half of the practice was better than the first half. At least we got to see a little bit of plays. We saw a couple of things, nothing to really take anything away from, but we got to see Derek Brown and Dennis Daly go at it real good. We got to see it's my man Hyman. I think his name Ishmael Hyman. I forgot his number. But he had a pretty solid day at that practice. He caught some deep bombs over Stanley Thomas Oliver Thomas. He's trash, so I probably will never get his name right. 7th round pick. He was getting dusted. He's been getting dusted every practice.
You're
but
tough
yeah,
today, man.
I'm just saying it's a fact. I'm calling it like I see it, man. But yeah, so. But yeah, we got to see a couple of things. I thought PJ looked okay. Other than that, I really didn't get to see anything. The run defense was good. We tried to run the ball with Mike Davis a couple of times. It just got stuffed. You can say our run defense is good, our offensive line is just trash. It's whichever way you want to go with it. We just got to roll with it, but it was trash.
You better hope our defense. You better hope our front four is good, man.
We can hope that that's what it was, because we tried running up the middle a couple times and it was stuffed. Very very similar to last year. So again, couldn't really come from anything with this practice. It was not well produced. They didn't show anything, so. It is what it is. I don't have anything else on this, Dave. Do you have anything that you read or anything you wanted to throw in on this practice? Because it wasn't pretty.
Nah, I didn't really. I was kind of bitter that I didn't get to see it, but now I'm kind of glad I didn't, based on what you're telling me.
Yeah, you didn't miss it, dude. I stayed up. It didn't get good until around 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's when they started showing it. And it started at 7. So like you had to sit and watch and wait until about 8:30. That's when it really got good. So it is what it is. But yeah, we could have did without that, Panthers. I mean, we usually pretty good with that, man. We usually put on a good product when it comes to these things, but it was not pretty. So take it for what it's worth from my perspective. It wasn't pretty at all. All right, so let's move on. Dave, it appears that we are now looking for secondary help. We're calling around to other teams, according to Joe Person. Yeah, we're calling to other teams saying, hey, our secondary is trash and we need some help. Now, let's see. Dave, we kind of see this from a mile away. We saw this coming from a mile away. Now, my question is, with Hurney and Matt Rule, that from our perspective, it was seen that, hey, let's just chop this up as a lost season. But it really appears that they're going for it. And I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know.
You play. Don't worry, we're not the worst team in the NFL.
Go ahead, Dave.
You play to win the game.
Yeah.
You don't just play.
Yeah. Yo, that's funny, yo.
Yeah.
That is funny. Yo, that is funny, man. Yo, hey, listen.
Man.
You got really two different I guess ways to build, right? And we've decided to go ahead and do this. We decided to go ahead and do this thing, okay? And then again, you look at the Jags, right? You see what the Jaguars did. They just traded one of their defensive ends to the Vikings and got a second round pick for him. And I can't pronounce his name. And they're loading up.
Though.
He's good. He's really good. But they are going to be really bad this year. But they have some really good picks. Like I think they'll have two top 10 picks. If they're going to be trash, they'll end up with a number 1 overall pick or top 5 overall pick. They have another pick in the top 10. Then they've got like 2 or 3 second round picks. So their draft is going to look very similar to what the Dolphins had this year, or this past year. So you got that state of mind from a rebuild perspective, and then you got us. We're going for it for some reason. I mean, I get it. You want to be successful. You don't want to put on a complete shit show, but I just don't you invested all of this capital in from the draft, and how many picks did we have from the secondary? There was like 3 or 4 guys that we drafted for the secondary, and like I don't understand. I don't get it. Like nobody saw this coming. Like nobody saw this coming. I don't understand.
Matt wants to win, and so does the owner.
I get it, but I think from a fan base standpoint, from an ownership standpoint, you got to understand that you're not going to be good year one. Like I don't understand trying to build a playoff or Super Bowl team in year one. Like it's just we're gonna struggle given the circumstances.
Yeah,
we're gonna struggle.
No, we're gonna struggle, but like. Are we like? I'm thinking we're gonna go 4-12, but
okay.
Coach Rule might think they can do better than that.
Okay,
Coach Rule might think they can go 7-9.
Hold that thought, Dave. Hold that thought. So if we're gonna go 4-12, what are we gonna give up to go out and get secondary help? That's my concern. Like you don't sacrifice any.
Here's a better question for you.
Go ahead.
Which margin do you think we have?
Man,
they better not give up anything higher than a 5th round pick for.
But that's my thing. When you're in you have a coach that's putting together a brand new roster. You're shifting guys out. You're getting rid of guys. You're getting rid of guys like Cole Luke. You're getting rid of some of those older guys. Okay, replace them in the draft. You can't sacrifice for a loss. Dave, this is a loss. No matter what we say, this is going to be a lost season. This is a lost season. I don't care how good we are perceived to be. This is a lost season. Okay, you don't go out and then sacrifice a 5th round pick for next year or 4th round pick or anything for that matter from next year's draft for some short-term perceived success. You can't rebuild like that. That's not how you rebuild. You need all your picks. Picks are more important in a rebuild. And say what you want. We are in rebuild. No matter what he wants to say or they want to, whatever they want to portray, we're in rebuild mode, okay? And you can't sacrifice. You can't. I don't. It better be no more than like a 7th round or something like that. And I don't even agree with that.
But here's the thing, right? When you say that we're in rebuild mode, I'll argue that the defense is in rebuild mode, but the offense probably isn't.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's
like,
fair, but what does that mean? But what does that mean? You're right, Dave. But we just invested a whole draft class in the defense.
Best case scenario is 8-8. That's what that means.
So and Slim is right. Our O-line is trash. So
but it was trash last year. Like, our O-line hasn't been good in a very long time. When we went to the Super Bowl, our O-line wasn't good.
True.
They just were all hitting. And it was shown against Denver. Like, our O-line, we haven't had an elite O-line in a very, very long time. Cam's never had a good one.
No, I agree with you. But my thing is this. Okay, even if that is the case, Dave, you just invested, like, fam, okay. You can't invest an entire draft class to a defense and then go out and say, we're looking for secondary help. Like, that doesn't register. Does that make sense to anybody?
But we didn't draft anybody in the secondary high either.
That's my point. That's my point. That's my exact point. We didn't address it in the draft. Now you can't go and sacrifice future draft picks for something you should have invested in the draft in the first place. That's my exact point.
But we couldn't.
Why couldn't
we? Couldn't. There's no way, dude. We couldn't. Dog, did you see how many holes we had going into this draft? Dog, something had to give.
Okay,
their thought was if they can show up the front 4 and the front 7, then the secondary doesn't have to be elite or good. They just gotta be okay, and they can't even get okay. They're more on the side of abysmal, terrible, horrid. At best, we might have a nickel. Like, we're just bad. Like, we just ain't got anybody.
Yeah,
you know, they were looking for like Drayton Florence and, you know, Drayton Florence type performances here, and they ain't even got that.
What do we got? If we don't have Drayton Florence, what the hell do we
have?
That?
Is Dante Drayton Florence level? Let's think about it for a little bit.
I don't know what Dante is right now. I'm gonna be honest with you.
My point is that we're like, I understand what they're trying to do, and I like the approach, but the reality is they made decisions. They were like, yo, we gotta fix our front first. Like, we gotta get Derrick Brown, we gotta get Gross Matos, we gotta fix our front first. Like, we gotta fix our front because they know the linebackers are gonna be suffering because we lost Luke. They're like, all right, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna shore up this line. You know, Dante Jackson should have some level of improvement, and we should be okay. It ain't worked out. it ain't worked out. Like, so now they're like, all right, we ain't got what we need.
Fam,
you know what I'm saying?
No, and listen, it's not depth though. I think Matt knows nothing. Yeah, it's not depth. B. We need starters.
We need a starter.
We need a starter. That's the problem. We need a starter. Opposite.
I think we're fine with the safeties. I'm more concerned about the corners. The corners is the problem. We're okay with the safeties. Like Trey Boston, it's fine.
Yo, you can't. Trey and Burr should be okay. But listen, you can't sacrifice it. You can't sacrifice future draft picks for a short term. Like, that's not how rebuild works. You need all your draft picks. And it doesn't work like, I'm just saying it doesn't work like that. If we go out and trade a draft pick for some bum from another team, like if it's not like, if we don't go out and get like Marshawn Lattimore, so like a surefire number one. I know it's not going to be Marshawn Lattimore.
But the thing is, if to get Lattimore, we're going to give up our top 10 pick to do it.
But I'm just talking. I didn't mean in literal sense for Marshawn Lattimore. But we're going to go out and go get a bum from some other team. Like, if it's not like a surefire starter, then like really, what's the point? And like Dave just said, to get that surefire starter, you're going to have to give up something. And no, you can't do that. You need those picks. We talk about this every single show. Since Rule got hired, you need draft picks and you have to draft well. That's how you rebuild a team. You cannot go in and piecemeal teams together. That's not how rebuilds work. You have to knock the draft out of the park, and you have to do that. And it's very imperative that you have as many draft picks as possible. So you can't then go out and trade away draft picks for some short-term perceived bolstering of the secondary. Because again, you go out and get somebody now, a veteran, like, yo, we 2 weeks away from week 1, and you just now realizing we need secondary help. Fam, I could have told you that after the draft we needed secondary help.
But the thing is, the thing is, man, we were going off of what we saw on paper. Like, we're looking at the paper, and we're like, these guys ain't looking good. They out there trying to practice and try to freaking coach these cats up.
Dave,
and they tried.
Was our paper right?
And with 2 weeks to go, they have made the decision that,
Dave,
this coaching up thing, it ain't working.
Just answer this one question. Was our paper right or wrong?
No, it was right. It was spot
all right,
on.
That's all I'm saying.
But we didn't think that. But real talk, we didn't think Dante was going to be this bad, though.
Dave, it don't take.
Even I didn't think Dante was going to be this bad.
Dave, Dante is yellow on my sheet for a reason, B. It don't take a rocket science to understand that. Again,
but if you move Dante to the CB2, would he still be yellow? Nah, he probably would have been green.
Nah, he
probably would have been green. He just ain't in one corner. That's all it boils down to. We have no shutdown corner. We don't have that. We're out that era. We made the decision not to pay Bradbury, so we ain't got no guy.
Yeah,
Dante got a raw deal. There's no question about it.
He got
Dante got a raw deal, but at the same time, from the aspect of whether or not, he still needs to step up a bit. He got a raw deal, but he still needs to step up a bit. They made the decision to not pay Bradbury because they have faith in you.
They did. That's a fact.
And
especially with all that smack you be talking, bro.
Yeah,
you gotta back some of that up.
They had faith in him to take the next step. And you can't be mad at the organization for that. They made the decision to not pay Bradbury that money because they thought that Dante was going to take the next step, and he hasn't. So now we're going to get to the next phase. We're going to end up drafting the corner early next year. And it's going to be unfortunate because if we're in the middle of the rounds, we ain't taking a quarterback. I promise you that. Unless Trey Lance falls to us in the middle of the draft, which could happen.
Especially since he didn't get a chance to see A&T. He lucked out. I mean,
I know we got to figure out who the quarterback's going to be in 2022 because the rematch is set.
Whoever that is definitely catching the fade. B, facts. Anyway, all right. So this is crazy. Okay, this is crazy. I'm befuddled as to why we are just now looking for secondary help. Like that doesn't make any sense. We saw this coming a mile away. And again, from my personal opinion, I get what you're saying, Dave, but it didn't take a rocket scientist to know that our secondary wasn't gonna be good. And what upsets me is, hey, if you're gonna be bad, here's the thing: if you're gonna be bad, like, yo, go ahead and let your rookies get this work. It's no better way to get to get experience than just put them in the fire. Put them in the fire and let them get toasted. I mean, that's the best way they're gonna learn. That's, in my opinion. If you're gonna be, you drafted them. We drafted Troy Pride in the 4th round, 4th or 5th round, one of those rounds. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yo, just throw him out there, man. Let him get this work, and he's gonna be either he gonna sink or swim. And if he sinks, he wasn't built for it. That's just my opinion. But anyway, it is what it is. All right, it is what it is. All right, so that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about the secondary. I'm still befuddled, and I'm gonna be pissed if we give up a draft pick for somebody that's definitely gonna be an average to below average cornerback, because that's what we're gonna get. Nobody's gonna give up a top cornerback for nothing, and that's so we're gonna overpay, or we're gonna get a steal somehow, some way. But I feel like we're gonna lean to overpaying, giving out a resource. That's just my opinion, man. Just my opinion.
We out here living our best life right now, man.
So,
everybody gonna look, man. Like, I think the bigger concern is the fact maybe like they had the concept of, all right, we fixed our front seven, our corners don't have to be that good, and then they realized that they got to go.
But Dave, do they not have an analytics team? I swore Matt Rule was some analytics dude. I swore that was a part of his shtick. when he came in. He's the analytics. The analytics say that you need cornerbacks. I'm telling y'all, we have got, as a fan base, Dave, as a fan base, as the coaching staff, we have got to get away from the front four fixes all. We got to get away from that. It's a different league. This is a different league, B. This ain't the same league. This ain't it. Having a nice front four is not going to solve your problems in 2020's NFL. It's not going to work that way, bro. You will get out-schemed. They will get rid of the ball so quick. You need cornerbacks that are physical and can play man-to-man. That's how you build a team. That's how you build a team. You need cornerbacks. You cannot get by with trash corners. And we're going to find out. And that's why they're panicking right now. You can't do it. We cannot do it. We have to stop right now with that mindset, man. It's some people in the chat now. It's some people. Hold on, Dave. 1 second. It's some people in the chat right now. You have got to fix your mindset. Say it with me. Say it with me. The front four does not fix all the problems. We need corners. We need corners. We need corners, Dave. We've seen it long enough. We've seen it long enough. How long do we have to go until we get a damn cornerback, Dave? It's gone too far, man.
Slim J said Tepper lied about the analytics when he didn't hire Stefanski. That's true.
That might be true. That might be a good point. We
now,
need
I don't
cornerbacks.
think, but that doesn't I think Matt Rule might have analytics, but the thing that people fail to realize is that Matt Rule's a defensive guy. A lot of defensive players, a lot of defensive coaches aren't about that analytic life. So like if they wanted to be about that analytic life, they probably should have hired an offensive guy. But in the Panthers history, we've never hired an offensive head. Oh no, we hired Seifert. Seifert was offensive, I think. Yeah, Seifert was offensive. He's the shortest tenured coach we've ever had. So,
Man, I don't know, man. I'm frustrated though. We can just get us some damn cornerbacks.
You're here being
man.
frustrated on a 4-12 season, man. Relax.
I'm okay, but Dave, I'm willing. See, that's the problem.
Well, Seifert was defense.
That's the problem.
All of our coaches have been defense.
That's the problem, Dave. I'm willing to accept the 4-12 season. I'm willing to accept that because you know what, Dave? That puts us in an optimal draft position. It
Unless
seems
as a way to get a corner.
It.
And the thing that makes me more concerned about it is that I know who the GM is. And it's a shame that I might have to depend on Matt Rule to stop it if something like that happens. Like, I mean, you freaking picked up Eli Apple and think that Eli's going to fix your problems.
No, we knew Eli wasn't going to be the guy, man. We knew that.
No.
He played across from Marshawn Lattimore and did okay. But look what it took. Look at that Saints defense.
I'm out. He didn't do okay.
He did a solid job.
He did no. Everything else masked the fact of how bad he was. Let's be serious. Listen, man. I know who the Saints played every week because I wanted to check to see who was going up against Eli Apple. I was aware. And then when Lattimore was out, bonus. Yeah. Bonus. Ding, ding. Bong, bong. Bonus. So, nah. Dude was not good.
Oh, man. All right. Get us a cornerback, man. Yeah, high.
No.
I'm talking in the draft. In the draft, Dave.
Yeah, okay.
In the draft.
Let's be clear.
In the draft is what I
don't want Marty out here hearing get us a corner and then he gives away a first-round pick. No, I ain't interested in that.
I don't know. All right. Are we ready to move on from the cornerback discussion?
Yes.
All right. Let's move. Let's just hope that we don't trade away our damn draft picks for some bum. Because that's what I'm afraid of. I'm so afraid that we're going to trade out and get a bum. We're going to get a bum. So that's just I hope that's my biggest fear right now. All right. So let's move on. All right. Let's look at these roster moves, Dave. Look at these roster moves real quick. So we went out and we signed Jamison Houston. He's a cornerback. Apparently he's not going to fix the problem either. Because we've been doing nothing but churning the bottom of the cornerbacks. We've been churning the bottom of this roster. How many? I meant to get a count of how many cornerbacks we brought in since I guess training camp started. But we brought in another one. We brought in Austin Austin Larkin, defensive end. We brought in Cam Phillips. I think that's a solid pickup, given the fact that Omar Bayless went to injured reserve. They brought in Cam Phillips, which is, if you're not familiar, Cam Phillips is the guy.
Legend.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, he played with PJ Walker and was a beast in the XFL. So we've got that connection between Cam Phillips and PJ Walker. I don't know if that's going to translate to the NFL. It hasn't. If you're looking at the trends for what we've been doing with the XFL folks, it ain't been looking pretty. Those guys have been getting cut left and right. So I don't know whether Cam Phillips is going to survive this roster. I think he has a good shot if he performs. I think he's, because of Omar Bayless being going to IR injured reserve or / reserve list, I think he's got a decent shot, but I don't know. And then we also brought in Darrell Stewart, another wide receiver. So we're churning those wide receivers, trying to get some more wide receiver help. I don't know why I have Omar Bayless as defensive end, but he's a wide receiver. I apologize for that typo. And we waived Devontae Lambert, we waived Cole Luke, and we also waived Derek Thomas and then brought him back. And that's why he's on the injured reserve list. That is not a typo. We waived him and then brought him back. Now he's on IR.
Yeah, he's got to clear waivers for us to get him, put him on IR.
Well, he cleared. He officially cleared, and then he is on IR. Yeah. So, and I think I just got an alert from Bleacher Report that he got put on the COVID list.
Yeah, somebody said in the chat. I think what Slim said that he had COVID. He had the Rona.
Wow. Yeah. That's interesting. So that's our first player that had the Ronas. So it's interesting, man. Interesting.
Did they IR him because of that, or did they IR him because he had a legit injury, though?
I don't know. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Couldn't tell you. I have to look back into. So Derek Thomas, the cornerback from Baylor, 6'3" cornerback from Baylor, undrafted free agent. He had the COVID, apparently, because I got an alert that from Bleacher Report just maybe 5 minutes ago. My phone went off saying that he went to the reserve / COVID list. Which I don't know if that means he had it or
he has it now
or has it. I don't know what that means. I have no clue. So I don't know. We'll have to look further into that situation. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for the moves we made so far. Sucks for Omar Bayless, man. I really want him I wanted him to pan out. He had a decent training camp so far, and I was hoping he would pan out. Even though I was giving him a little hate in the offseason when we signed him, and that's because y'all was hyping him up. I had to be the leveling, the voice of reason. Because y'all thought he was going to be the second coming of Steve Smith, so I had to talk y'all off the ledge a little bit. But he was having a decent training camp, so I was hoping he was going to make it. He was going to make it for sure. So I don't know. All right, let's move on. Dave just talked about this. 14 more days, 1 more week until training camp. Until week 1, and we got the Raiders coming to town. It's 2 more weeks, man. It's crazy. It's coming up quick.
2 more weeks today.
Coming up quick, man. What's your thoughts? What you thinking? Think Derek Carr gonna carve us up?
No. Nah. First week. I think there's gonna be a lot of sloppy games in week 1 because they haven't really played against a lot of people. And this is probably gonna be one of the sloppy ones. The Raiders aren't supposed to be that good either, so. I mean, I think if we're going to get a win early, this is the one. If we don't beat these guys, it's going to get ugly fast.
So, Dave, question: when is the fantasy draft? That's in the chat. And then
I'm moving it to Labor Day.
Okay. And then second question is: are we doing a live stream on game day? 100%. I plan on doing it. I don't know if Dave's going to join me, but I 100% plan on. Yeah,
I'll join you.
Yeah. So
I ain't going to a bar. So
the Ronas.
I'll join you.
But yeah,
if you want in, Austin, I can get you in. I got somebody I can sub you in for. I'll send it to you.
Oh, we still replacing Cat?
I haven't had time to do anything of that, man. That's why I was gonna push it back anyway. But You know, Marcus,
All
I
right.
thought you were already in. I'll bump somebody else out to get you in too. Slim, you should already be in. Got, but I'll update it. Marcus, man, I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up staying at my house. I haven't figured that out yet. I got 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah, man. So that's pretty much all I had. We can open up the phone lines because I have a feeling we had a nice spirited discussion with these cornerbacks. I have a feeling maybe some of you guys want to say something about. So y'all welcome to call in. Phone lines are gonna open. I hadn't taken any calls for a minute. If y'all want, if y'all want to take a look at the 53-man roster, we can do that too. Ain't really no change. I've updated it with the new players, but let me see. Yeah, I don't think there's really too many changes to be made. Yeah, we still have 53. They just churned the bottom of the roster, so I don't think any of those other guys are gonna make the roster that they added. So ain't no big deal. No big deal there. So the phone lines are open. Y'all are welcome to call in. We'll hang out for the next couple minutes if y'all down. But yeah, cornerback situation really makes me nervous, man.
Sure. I mean, it's funny. Like I'm not playing too much fantasy. I'm not playing too much fantasy this year, like season long. I'm mainly focused on daily. And Carolina's cornerback troubles is a very strong focus of mine right now.
Stream the QBs, stream the wide receivers.
Yeah. Like week one's complicated because it's, no preseason game, so week one's going to be interesting. Derek Carr could be a sleeper quarterback to play because he's probably cheap too. I haven't checked the prices yet. I entered some tournaments, but he could be a cheap streamer if that game turns into a shootout.
Yeah, I heard the Raiders wide receiver room is crazy, man.
Yeah,
so we're gonna get
they got some big guys. And
Ruggs.
They got that tight end too.
Ruggs, they got the tight end. Man, it's gonna be ugly. So we'll probably preview. We'll probably do a preview of the game. We can do that next week. Yeah, next week we'll preview the game, and we'll go over it. We'll do the position rankings and see how it goes, man, like we used to do. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that, man. We'll see what happens. Waller, there you go. Sorry, Slim, for that. Yeah, man.
And it's been a crazy week.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
It's been a crazy week, man.
Tell me about it. Yep. So phone lines are open. We don't have no callers. If we don't have no callers, I'm gonna call it a day.
All right, while we wait for somebody to call in, who you got, man? Brandy versus Monica. Who you got?
Brandy versus Monica.
Score.
I think Monica will win the battle, but I'm not sleep. Y'all
Really?
sleep. What did I say? Monica? I said Monica.
Yeah.
I think Brandy's gonna win the battle, but I like Monica got some hits, and y'all sleeping, bro.
She ain't got enough to get 11. Get 11 rounds.
Nah, I think she'll get. I think it'll be like 12-8. It'll be like 12-8, something like that.
Like 12-8, 13-7, something like that. It's gonna be close. I'll stand by if they start singing in the if they're in the same room together and they start singing, it's gonna be problematic for Brandy fam. I mean for Monica. It's gonna be very problematic for Monica.
Yeah, I like Monica's jams more than I like Brandy's jams, just to be honest.
I don't know if Monica had a longer run. I don't know if I agree with that. Brandy's still dropping albums now. Like I don't know about that one. I think Brandy had a bigger album, that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Brandy had a bigger album. Never Say Never was freaking ridiculous. No, they can play the boys' mind. I mean, shoot, Jill Scott and Erykah Badu play You Got Me. So, I'm pretty sure they're going to play the boys' mind. That'll be a tie. Unless Brandy comes out there with a live version that nobody's heard or something, or Monica. I'll tell you what, man. That new Brandy album that came out this year is pretty good. It's pretty damn good. So, because she hasn't lost her voice at all. Nobody's calling in.
Yep, still no calls, which is cool with me, bro. Still cool with me.
Stanley might progress to a starting role. I don't know if Stanley's going to have time to progress into a starting role, sir. I don't. If Stanley doesn't show something soon, Stanley might get cut.
He been getting torched, man. I ain't seen nothing but highlights of him getting torched. So this dude's still learning the position, man.
Because he was a safety at the beginning. He was a safety, right?
Yeah, I think he was a wide receiver. I think he started out as a wide receiver.
Oh. Nah, I can't wait for Virtus tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that one tomorrow, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, me too. That's why we're doing the show today.
Kanye West, late registration, turned 15 today, man. That's his best album, too.
Did you watch the Rough Riders Chronicles?
I have not.
I watched it.
Not
Pretty
yet.
good. Pretty good.
I haven't watched it yet. I can always catch up, man. I got on demand with BET, so I'll watch it.
All right. So if it ain't gonna be no calls, then we can go ahead and shut this thing down, man.
What do I think of Black Thought single? Oh, Good Morning was vicious, man. But I've been waiting for Black Thought and Killer Mike to do a song together too, so that was great to hear. Swiss doing the hook, couldn't be mad at that. I'm wondering when the album's gonna come out because I know they delayed it. Who else? NFL drop EA, so everybody's talking about Madden. Y'all can have that. You ain't gonna have me having a conversation about Madden.
I don't play video games anymore, so that's all y'all.
Madden's been trashed for a very long time. Supposedly, I guess Matt Rule does not look like Matt Rule in Madden, for what I understand, though.
They always do that. Our guys never look like what they're supposed to look like.
Malik B's not going to be on the Black Thought solo album. He'll probably be on the Roots album, though. 2K's coming back with an arcade game. Our QB situation is fine.
Yeah,
our QB situation is fine. It's the corner.
Yeah, our QB situation is better. It's better than it should be, actually. If it was me, but they believe in Teddy. I think Teddy is more than a short term fix. I just want y'all that to register.
Don't be trying to temper the expectations, knowing that we're gonna be drafting no Troy Lance or Trevor Lawrence next year. I want that to register with y'all, man. Teddy gonna be around for a little bit. At least 2-3 years. They ain't paying that man $22 million to be sitting on the bench next year.
Yeah. And then I'm
laughing at what Slim said about Matt Rule and Madden, yo. Matt Rule looks like Eric Bieniemy in the new Madden. Let me tell you something, dog. Even Madden knew it should have been Eric B.
I like Justin Fields, but I don't think we're gonna be. I think we're gonna be a little bit better than what y'all. We're not gonna be high enough to get either one of those guys, Justin Fields or Trevor. It's not happening. We're not gonna be that bad.
I don't think Matt Rule wants to be that bad. He's trying his best to not be that bad.
Of course not. We're trying to get secondary help.
But the thing is, if they're like 7-9, 8-8, and the offense is top 10, my man Joe Brady is out of there.
Would I take Jamar Chase at 6 overall? You damn right I would. Absolutely, I would take Jamar Chase. 100%. If he's there at 6, I would take him easily. No questions. We would have just some bomb-ass wide receivers. We would have the best wide receiver core in the South if that happened.
Joe Brady coached Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase is a beast, dog. He's a beast.
That might be the beginning and the end of Curtis Samuel if that's the case, huh?
That would probably end it for Curtis. I mean, that's the thing. That would probably end it for him. But
that would be it for Curtis.
I wouldn't be mad
unless
at that.
Unless he goes to running back.
I'm not gonna be mad at that. If we happen to get Jamar Chase, I'm not gonna be mad at that. But again, I don't even think we'll be. To be honest, I don't think we're gonna be high enough at 6 either. I don't think we're gonna be that high. I think we're gonna be. It's gonna be one of those scenarios. We'll be at like 9, 10 in that gray area where it's real tough to project what's gonna happen. We're probably gonna be like 9, 10.
He still might be there at 9 or 10. Nah, but like, how many more years left does Curtis have in his contract?
I think is this not a contract year for him?
Yeah, like if this is his last year, they're not gonna pay that man.
I think this is a contract year. That's why people were trying to get him from us.
Yeah, like he ain't.
Just verify that.
He ain't gonna be sticking around if Curtis. Yo, man.
Oh yeah. It's definitely his contract year, 100%.
Oh yeah.
And we haven't paid him. So if we get Jamar Chase, I'm sorry. I like Curtis a lot, but Jamar Chase is a problem. Yeah. Jamar Chase is a problem.
Over a cornerback?
Probably.
And then you wonder why we can't get a cornerback. We need to get one. Look, man. Let's face the facts here. If we out here sitting in the middle of the first round, and we got like the worst pass defense in the NFL, we really need to consider getting this cornerback in this first round.
I think Jamar is generational, man. You can't pass that up. You can't pass that up, man.
Okay. We have all these generational wide receivers.
No, we don't have generational wide receivers. I wouldn't even put. I like DJ, but I don't think he's generational. Jamar Chase is generational. B.
Would you take him over a left tackle?
It depends who that left tackle is. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who the top. I haven't done enough research on the top guys. I need to get. There's nothing else to do, so I might as well go ahead and start getting familiar with next year's draft. But yeah, I don't think DJ's generational. But here's the thing that's crazy. Like DJ's not generational, man.
All these teams are talking about playing in the spring, right? So if you're gonna be out here playing in the spring, you could that has to affect the draft stock of some of these players. Like they're gonna freaking play in the spring, to turn right back around.
Jamar Chase is opted out, so you won't see him on the field next year.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he opted out. He just opted out maybe like 4 or 5 hours ago. So you won't see him. Mm-hmm. You won't see him on the field. So
has a lot of players opted out on
college? No. Mm-mm. Guys like him need to opt out. There's no way I would set foot on the field if I'm Jamar Chase. I'm top 5 easy, so I ain't really worried about it.
Interesting.
So, just my opinion. I don't know. But I gotta do my research, because I think we will be in at least. I don't think we'll be no better than top 15. Like we're gonna be in the top 15 somewhere. I'm guessing that 9 to 15, 9 to 16 range. That's where I think we'll be, personally. And in that range, I think you get the best cornerback there, or if somebody falls to you, you sit back and you wait. But we need to, like Dave said, we do need to address the cornerback position for sure. I think we need to address it, and we just got to get the right guy.
I'm with you. Got to get the right guy.
And I haven't done the research. I gotta do the research. I haven't started.
Let's see, yet. Man. We just had a whole draft of drafting up a defensive guy. So
yeah, and that's what makes me a little upset about it, because I don't know, but we'll see. And it appears, because they invested so much in the front four, that they're in that mindset, that outdated mindset where the front four is going to fix your issues. And I'm telling you, that's not it. I'm trying to tell you.
We drafted Derek Brown. We drafted Yatur Gross-Matos.
Mm-hmm. Chin.
We drafted Chin. But Chin was drafted as a safety linebacker.
Yeah. Hybrid.
We drafted Troy Pride. We drafted.
Cornerback.
So we drafted in the secondary. We drafted Stanley
Late.
Thomas.
It didn't happen till late, Dave. So that brings up my point, is that we are in that mindset, that dated mindset that you invest in the front four. All your draft resources go to the beginning rounds. They go to the front four, and then all right, we'll just pick up the scraps on the back end. And now look at you. Look where that got you. So I don't know, man. I don't know. So it is what it is, though. You know, I knew I'm okay. Again, I'm okay with us being bad this year. I don't have a problem with that. But just don't sacrifice the future for some bum, because that's what's gonna happen.
Nobody called. All right, I guess we can shut it down. Noli's probably busy.
Yeah, nobody called. I haven't seen Noli on our chats in a minute, but it's all good. He probably busy teaching.
Yeah, he got teaching. He's dealing with a whole, because like all the North Carolina schools out there trying to avoid the Rona.
Yeah.
A&T has survived much longer than I thought they would have. I will say that.
Yeah. But all right, man. I think we're gonna shut this thing down. Nice, solid show. I like the Sunday shows, Dave. I might keep it here.
We ain't gonna keep it when the season starts.
Yeah,
we can do it next week. I don't care.
Season start. It's gonna be tough. But all right.
I don't care.
That's all we got for today, man. No calls. We'll see y'all next week. All right. And I can't hear it, but it's going. I think. It might not be going. I can't hear it. Anyway, Dave, you wanna take us out?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going.
It's not going.
All right. Thank you for listening to the Panther Nation podcast hosted by Rashad and David. You can subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't done so already. At Panther Nation Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter at Panther Nation PC. You can follow me individually on Twitter at ChampD1012. We're on Stitcher. We're on Spotify. We're on pretty much anywhere where you play your music. We're there. Let's see, anything else? We're on Facebook, Panther Nation Podcast there as well. And always remember, keep pounding, man.
Yep, keep pounding, man. We'll see y'all next week where we preview the game, week 1. Football is back, all right?
Football is back.
Peace out.